So a lot of you may have noticed that I've actually moved on to a different mic lately, and it's not that I've moved on to an XLR solution. Well, not totally. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Joe Finley, and today we are talking about the Wave XLR. Finally, it is upon us. We've been talking about XLR mics for so long on this channel and my reviews in cgmagonline.com. You can go check everything out there. That was pretty much the only simple solution people had when they just wanted to stream or they wanted to do a solo little thing like this without getting out a big mixer and all these other big solutions, and you're just coating your desk with a lot of hardware. And now Elgato makes this tiny solution, smaller than the Stream Deck, that can take any XLR microphone and put it out to its Wavelink software. So you don't need the Wave 1 or Wave 3 microphone anymore. You have all the freedom in the world and take your favorite microphone and you can put it right on stream. So while I point out that Elgato did send us this device, we are in no way obligated to say anything particularly nice about it. Spoiler alert, I'm going to say a lot of nice things about it anyways because I've been using it for a while now and I love it. So let's just talk about the simplicity of this device. On the back, you've just got an XLR input, the USB connector to connect it to the computer, and a headphone jack for zero latency monitoring. It's as simple as it possibly gets. And then on the front, you'll see just one big knob. And what's cool about this, if you press in the knob, it actually changes what you're controlling. So you'll see a little light underneath the different icons. So first it's under the mic and then you are adjusting the gain when you're turning the knob. Then you hit the button again and it switches over to headphone controls. Now you're changing the volume going to your headphones. The next one after that is just a mix, and you're just changing the mix of how much of each thing is going to your headphones, be it the microphone and everything else you might have coming in from the Wavelink software. And the beautiful thing about this, which I've already mentioned, is that now you have total freedom of what you can use. You don't have one specific mic you have to buy, or maybe a couple of different specific mics you have to buy. You can get any microphone with an XLR output. You can put a Shure SM7B into this thing. You can put this Rode Pod mic into this. You could have a Blue Ember. Any XLR mic is going to work with this thing. It has 45-volt phantom power and doesn't require any kind of cloud lifter for any of the dynamic mics, not even the Shure SM7B. Also a beautiful little feature is its mute capability. It's capacitive. All you have to do is tap on the top of the Wave XLR. You'll see everything go red, so you know that you're muted, and then tap it again to unmute it. It is, again, the height of simplicity. And on top of that, it integrates directly with the Wavelink software. So anything you might be missing in this device that you might have on a GOXLR or GOXLR Mini, you're gaining in its software because A, it has a submix when the GOXLR doesn't. B, we are subject to upgrades at any given point. I talked in a previous video that you can actually see up here about all the things that can be added to this software to kind of create the perfect software and which company was going to create it. I see no reason to believe that Elgato couldn't be the one to take us over the top. So everything you might be missing in a $500 plus GOXLR, you could be getting at any point with this $150 Wave XLR. I like that it doesn't break the bank. I like that it's very simple to use. I like its integrations with Wavelink, and in turn, Wavelink's integrations with the Stream Deck, which helps you control all of this information. So basically, when you combine those two things together, you have a GOXLR already. You can control any aspect of the Wavelink software via the Stream Deck. You can control your gain and all that through the Wave XLR. You can add voice mods and all that stuff already. These are things that are already at your avail. Now we only have to add to it the things that we've talked about in the previous videos, like potentially recording, potentially a sound pad, and potentially built-in voice mod. We've got the VSTs now, we have all that other stuff. So the GOXLR's biggest advantage now is that it's doing those VSTs and stuff on a hardware level and not putting actual pressure on your software. But depending on what you're doing on that stream anyways, that extra little bandwidth that you're taking up probably isn't going to max you out in any way. But let's talk for a minute about what the Wave XLR is missing. Okay, because one thing that a lot of people like with their audio interfaces is a lot of I/O, right? You want to be able to plug in a number of different devices. Easily done with a Wave XLR, and maybe the Wave XLR 2 could probably do this. One thing I would like to see, 2 mic inputs, because now you can make this not only a streaming solution, but a podcasting solution. Or some other people might have dual setups for their stream. They might have something here, and then they might have something off to the side with a little green screen or something like that. Then they can run a second mic to that. Still maintain the click the knob to move to your next source and all that. You can just add a few more sources. You can even add another auxiliary in if you were so inclined. These are the kind of things that would allow you to continue to support a multi-PC stream, or like I said, set up for a podcast or something like that. Imagine just a simple podcast solution. Instead of having a big mixer sitting in front of you and a couple of mics and whatever, you have two mics going into this little thing, going into a laptop. It doesn't get simpler than that. So who do I recommend this for? If you are somebody who already owns XLR mics and you're looking for a more simplified solution for anything you're doing at a computer, either a stream or if you're recording a podcast just in a small little setup like this, that is an ideal situation, because otherwise you're going to be paying another $150 anyways to go get a Wave 3 or a Razer Siren V2 Pro or anything like that. So if you already have a microphone, why waste that? You spend the money on something like this, especially if it's a microphone that you really like and you don't want to have to get something else, especially if you have a dynamic mic and you don't want to move to a condenser or any of those other things, is that you can use what you have already, plug it into this new tiny little device, and you're good to go. So what do you think about the Wave XLR? Is this something that you could work into your own stream setup or podcast setup? Let me know down in the comments what you think about it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to click like, subscribe, all those wonderful things. Hit that notification bell because videos are coming and you might as well know about them. Can't miss out on this face for too long. Make sure to check all my socials below. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/MiscastJoe. I'd love to see everybody there. And until next time, gang, let's get to work.